Good evening, everybody. I'm Tyler Matheson. Christmas now just 12 days away, and for the second weekend in a row, when millions of Americans usually plan to hit the malls, a massive snowstorm will be dumping upwards of a foot of snow in many areas of the country, from the Missouri Valley all the way up to New England. Cold weather is one thing, but messy, snowy weather is another. Keeping would-be shoppers at home instead of heading into stores and spending money. That's going to hurt a lot of retailers, but it may be a boon to others at this most critical time of the year. Millions still reeling from winter weather in the eastern third of the nation. Getting ready to get hit again today, tomorrow, and Sunday.
We have seen over 2 feet of snow here.
Hopefully you got some of that holiday shopping done. Back to you.
Up to a foot of snow is expected inland and anywhere from 1 to 5 inches along the coast. For retailers, it's anything but a winter wonderland. Foot traffic was up at stores over Thanksgiving weekend this year, but total sales were down. A reflection of deep discounts, which may get as deep as the snow in some places if retailers are left with more inventory on their shelves.
Tomorrow I'll be home because I know the weather's going to be bad.
Retailers worried whether shoppers can get to brick and mortar stores or left hoping they'll still buy, even if it means trading bricks for clicks.
Fortunately for me, I've done the majority of shopping online, and everything else I've done ahead of time.
In fact, 35% of the respondents in CNBC's All-America Economic Survey say they'll shop online this year. But in another ominous note, the survey says shoppers will spend almost 10% less, about $57 a head less than last year.
It's because their incomes are lower. It's because they think the economy is in bad shape. There's even some sense that Washington is weighing on consumer spending because 5% said they've reduced their spending in just the past month.
You might be surprised to learn the drop was driven by those with incomes above $100,000. They're cutting back by $300 on average from last year's layout.
So what can retailers in the Snow Belt expect this weekend, and how is the holiday shopping season shaping up everywhere else in the country? Tom Blishock is the chief retail strategist at Booz & Company. Tom, nice to have you back on the program. I know you've been going around and looking at the stores. What do you think is going to happen this weekend? Are the online retailers just going to be the big winners as people stay home and do their shopping that way? What are the strategies that the brick and mortar guys are planning?
Well, it's going to be a tough weekend with a foot of snow, without question. People are not going to be able to get to stores. But I would expect to see a lot of online traffic this year, actually this weekend. The big weekend for success will be the 22nd. Let's just be glad that we don't have the snowstorm on the 22nd.
If you see, Tom, some fall off in foot traffic this weekend, would you then expect to see a boost in discounting in the coming days?
Oh, absolutely. We're going to see a tremendous amount of deals as the retailers close down these last 12 days. So shoppers are going to get a great deal for the rest of this season.
So you've been talking about 3 trends that are going on: searching, showrooming, and selection. Tell us what it is and who wins and loses from that strategy.
Well, the shopper wins. The shopper really has chosen to get online, do a lot of their, I call it e-showrooming and e-browsing. They've selected their store and then are going into the store for the best deal they can get. So the 3 S's of 2013 will in fact reshape retailing going forward.
Who is winning? Which stores, which kinds of stores are winning from where you sit this holiday season, and which are bringing up the rear? Which are suffering?
Well, it's clear to me that the stores which have a omni-channel or a brick and mortar, click and mortar and clicks capability are the real winners. Retailers that don't have that capability will find themselves losing out on that growing amount of internet sales.
All right, so give us some idea. So you're talking now about Walmart, Macy's, companies like that that have both online and also the actual stores?
Yeah, I think Walmart, with its integration of Walmart itself with the Thanksgiving weekend, coupled with Walmart.com, has been a real winner. I also think Macy's is in the same kind of boat, where it really has driven an integration of both online and offline.
What's selling? Is it an electronics Christmas? Is it a shoe Christmas? What is it?
It's an electronics Christmas, much more than I ever expected. Electronics, clearly home appliances. I saw on the Thanksgiving weekend appliances going out to the door in droves. Shoes, It seems to be that this is an aspirational Christmas. What we see is that America has been afforded a tremendous amount of value.
All right, so Tom, I know you've been spending a lot of time walking the aisles in all kinds of stores. At the end of the day, at the end of this crucial holiday shopping season, what are the numbers going to look like?
Oh, I tell you, it's going to be tough. You're going to have a couple of winners. You're going to have some winners, I should say. You're going to have a lot of losers. My guess is a paltry couple of percent over last year, and last year was a pretty paltry couple of percent over the previous year.
Tom, if I want to give Susie a nice home appliance for Christmas, what should I give her?
Oh, I'll tell you what, these crock pots, these $20 crock pots that you link together seem to be really hot. Juicers, coffee makers.
Linkable crock pots. That is what you need, Miss Garum.
Yeah, it wasn't exactly on my wish list,
No,
Tyler.
really?
I'll give you my list.
You like little blue boxes.
Tom, thanks so much for coming on the program. And don't give Tyler these bad ideas. Tom Blicharz, Chief Retail Strategist at Booz & Company.